I am a force that stands ready to protect our communities and defend our freedoms. But I also balance my civilian life with my military service. That is what the National Guard is all about. So today we're going to be talking about the roles of the Army National Guard and the training you have to go through. So let's roll our way on over to the roles of the Army National Guard. So one of the roles is national defense, where the Army National Guard provides essential manpower and resources to active duty military during times of war or national crisis. Another role of the Army National Guard is their participation in securing the U.S. border during and protecting against terrorist threats. One of the most visible roles of the Army National Guard is their participation in disaster relief operations, whether during floods, wildfires, or tornadoes. Guard units provide search and rescue, medical aid, and transportation supplies. And the Army National Guard is often called upon to assist local law enforcement during periods of civil unrest or public safety emergencies. For example, large-scale protests or riots. So, the Army National Guard fulfills a lot of roles ranging from combat operations and homeland defense to disaster relief and civil support. And to do all these amazing things for your country, you have to go through a lot of training. So, after you enlist, you have to go to basic combat training, which is a 10-week training period where you have on a designated army base where you'll begin your physical training and to build strength and endurance, and you'll also learn combat skills, how to use rifles, grenades, and other weapons, and you'll also be practicing battle drills. So after you graduate from basic training, you get a weekend pass to go home and rest before moving on to the next phase, which is AIT, which stands for Advanced Individual Training, which focuses on specific skills required for your military occupational specialty, which is the MOS, which is the job you chose. And so AIT combines classroom learning and to practical exercises where you'll apply what you've learned in real world scenarios. So after you graduated from both basic and AIT, then you'll return home and begin your service as your part-time service as a member of the Army National Guard. And during like the Army National Guard requires you to participate in a week in a month drill, which is a 8-hour day for 2 days, and also a 2-week annual training every year. And so during your monthly drills, you focus on maintaining and sharpening your skills and knowledge, conducting physical fitness and practicing military tactics and keeping up with your job specific skills. So, to say the least, the entire training process includes initial boot camp and specialized training for your job and ongoing physical fitness and like refresher courses to ensure you're always ready to serve and protect your country and state. So, to sum it all up, in the Army National Guard, you have some important roles to fulfill, such as combat operations and homeland defense and disaster relief and civil support. And to do all these duties successfully, you have to go through a lot of training, such as basic and AIT, and more training every month. And this is not to keep you from joining and saying, like, oh, this is a lot and you shouldn't do this. But this is just so that you're more informed if you do ever join the Army National Guard. So